Alright, so now you learned what a circle has. Now you need to be able to apply what you have learned and find the area and the circumference of a circle. So we're going to go over that. I have 3 problems. They go with the practice problems that are at the front table. I go 1, 2, and then I skip number 3 and go to number 4 so that you can see one with diameter. The directions say find the circumference in the area of each circle you have. You're rounding to the nearest tenth. First, you need to know what the formula is for finding the area or the circumference. We're going to find the circumference first. And if you look on your formula sheet says 2 different things. It says circumference, or C, equals 2 pi r, or C equals pi d. We have a radius here, so we are going to do 2 pi r as our formula, and I'm just going to plug it in because I have 1, 2, 3 numbers I need, and 2 of them have already been given to me. So circumference is going to be 2. Just so we don't get confused, I'm going to write what pi is. 3.14. Like I said in the last video, you'll be able to use the pi button on your calculator. And then we're just going to multiply it by the radius, which they have given us as 4.5. So 2 times 3.14 times 4.5 is going to be our circumference. And when I do that math, the circumference is going to be 28. And I'm going to round it up to 28.3. And don't forget our units are meters. And it's area, or circumference, sorry. So we're just going to leave it as meters. Now we're ready to find the area. The area is a little trickier because it involves something that some of you guys really don't remember how to do. So the area equals, if you look at your formula sheet, equals pi r squared. And instead of squaring the radius, what you do is just multiply it by 2. If you multiply it by 2, you're going to get it wrong. So all I have to do is plug in my numbers here. So I'm going to do 3.14 times r squared. Oops, r. I want r. 3.14 times 4.5 squared. First, I'm going to square 4.5, which you can either use the square button on your calculator, or you can do 4.5 times 4.5. And if you do that, you'll get 20.25. And we just have to multiply that by 3.14. And when I do that, you should get that the area equals 63.6. It's still in meters because that's what the m is. Meters, and its area, so it is squared. So our answers are circumference equals 28.3 meters and area equals 63.6 meters squared. Let's move on to number 2. Number 2, we've also been given a radius for this one. We're going to use the same formulas as we did for the first one. So the circumference is going to be 2 pi r, which is going to be 2 times 3.14 times 5. And when I just put that in a calculator, I am going to get that the circumference equals 31.4. This is centimeters, so I can't forget my units. So 31.4 centimeters is my answer. And that's it for circumference. And I'm ready to find the area. Area again is pi r squared. Pi r squared. So I'm going to do 3.14 times 5 squared. The first thing I need to do is square 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Then I'm going to do 25 times 3.14. And when I do that, I get an area of 78.5. Not forgetting my units, centimeters. It's area, so it's squared. Okay. Area and circumference is a little bit easier than others because really you're giving all the information except for either the radius or the diameter, and that's given to you within the picture. Alright, let's skip number 3, and we're going to move on to number 4 so I can show you the diameter, the difference when you've been given the diameter. So for circumference, if you've been given a diameter, you really just use a different formula, and it's a little bit quicker, and it's just pi d. So it would be 3.14 times the whole diameter, which is 30.2. And I'll just plug that in my calculator, and 3.14 times 30.2 is going to give me 94.8, and they're centimeters. You can use this, so the reason that the formula is different is because, so circumference is always going to be pi times the diameter, but if you've been given a radius, you do 2 pi r because you're multiplying the radius, and pi times 2, which is the same thing as doing pi times the whole diameter. Alright, now we're going to find the area. And the area has the same, just one formula for a circle, which is still 2 pi r. So in this case, we have been given, or 2 pi squared, sorry. We have not been given a radius. I wrote that wrong. It is pi r squared. Sorry about that. I'm not paying attention. We have not been given the radius. We've been given the diameter. So our first step is to find out what the radius of the circle is rather than the diameter. And so in our notes we said that the diameter is twice as much as the radius, and the radius is half as much as the diameter. So finding the radius is not hard. All I have to do is divide this number by 2. When I divide it by 2, I get this section equaling 15.1. Now I'm ready to roll and find the area. So I'm going to do pi 3.14 times my radius, which I just found is 15.1, and I'm going to square it. When I square 15.1 first and multiply it by 3.14, I get an area that equals 715.9. You could probably really round this one up to 716, and it's going to be centimeters squared. Now, you have a couple questions left on this sheet, and I want you to try them by yourself, and then I want you to get me to check them when you are done.